Hello, you're listening to Historically Accurate Sandcastles, the podcast that isn't about sandcastles, historically accurate otherwise. My name is Polly Jean Harrison, and I'm here, as always, with the wonderful Thomas.
Hello.
And, we have some news.
I'm first of all impressed you didn't mess up the intro.
I know! It's like the first time
I was going to say, the first time ever that...
In the interests of, I don't want to have to edit this. This is one take.
This is going to be one take.
This is a special episode. One take.
Yes.
Something's happened.
Yes.
Thomas, take the wheel.
So on Monday, on St David's Day, the 1st of March, I proposed to Polly after speaking to her dad the day before. And she said...
Yeah, bitches!
Well, she said yes.
I mean, I figured you were going to start with just, we're engaged, rather than just going straight into the...
No, I thought I'd sort of lay the ground.
Lay the groundwork.
Yeah, rather than just going, look at this bit of bling.
I mean, it's hard to look at bling when we're recording a podcast.
I mean, there'll probably be pictures on screen.
I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, sure. But
Yeah, I mean, watch on YouTube.
You can't put pictures on screen on, like, Spotify or iTunes or anything like that.
Why didn't you watch on all three?
Really get those...
get the ad figures up here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What ad figures?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, we are tangenting.
We've got to pay for the wedding somehow. We need we need the YouTube money, guys.
So yeah.
We're engaged. And of course, we're announcing this to the world now. Now that
yes, we've had
told 2 days.
Everyone, all the family know now. But no, we're engaged.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you should sort of tell the story, since you've known about this for ages. I just showed up, sort of thing.
How deep a dive do you want me to go with this? Do you want me to do?
I think, tell the story, and then I'll interject where I feel like it.
Well, in the beginning... Yeah, no, wrong guy.
Story.
Wrong story. We were planning to go to Paris, or at least back in last year, in about August.
Well, we were going to go to Paris as our next holiday anyway. That was like always the plan. And then when everything was looking a bit more promising back in about August, September, we were like, you know what, let's book it and for next year and
just see what happens.
Cross fingers, hope that we'll get to go.
And at that point, I was sort of going, okay, interesting, because I'd been to Paris in 2019 with my mates, and we'd gone to Disney. And on one of the days, we'd booked like a bus, and it came with like a boat tour going along the Seine. And on the Ile de Cite, which is the original sort of heart of Paris, there's 2 islands. There's the Jardin, and it's next to the Henry IV Bridge, and at the tip of it, there was lots of couples sitting around underneath a really nice willow tree. And I thought to myself, I'm going to put that spot in my back pocket. I'm going to keep that spot. And I thought about it. And then when we booked to go, I was like, okay, I'm going to propose in Paris. So I started looking for rings. So I went round, had a look in Shrewsbury, had a look in Newtown, had a look for what sort of thing, looked online. And then one Saturday, just went into Newtown and went to a jeweller's there. Was looking at rings and wasn't quite enamoured, shall I say, with anything, until I spotted some of the Clodai.
Clogeye.
Not
Clodai. Clogeye.
It's
important.
Okay. Clodai.
Clogeye. No D.
Okay. So saw those and was like, oh, okay, interesting. And I really like them. And it's from their Tudor range. So there's a bit of history in there. They're beautiful stones.
I mean, to describe the ring to you, so it is a silver ring, and then it's sort of a 4-leafed flower, if you will. And then on the inside, there's 4 garnets in, like a cross shape, a small cross, which are surrounded by the Welsh gold, the Clogau gold, which is rose gold. And then around that, sort of the border of the flower, is sort of cut shards of zircon, I think, which looks like diamond.
It's like diamond off. It's the shavings.
It's not diamond, but who cares? Because slavery. So
well, that's the other thing about Clodai rings. Clogau rings. It's all ethically done.
They're very fair trade ring. Yeah, in the brochure they even have like...
So all the stones, all the garnets, all the sort of...
Well, it's a mine up in...
Yeah.
Is it North Wales?
North Wales, but all the silver, all the gold, because it's not pure Welsh gold. It is part Welsh gold because obviously
there is the tiniest possible bit of Welsh gold in this ring.
Yeah, but it's there.
Yeah, it is there. Don't get me wrong, but it's very small.
But they try to find ways around not using sort of South African diamonds, which are the main place, or they try and use sort of other stones that have the same effect.
Yeah. Basically, it's not your traditional engagement ring.
It's to be honest, it's quite fair trade, which I was impressed by.
Well, yeah, it's proper, and I really like it.
Yeah, so I saw that, and I love the ring. I thought, that's really smart. And then the lady said, well, but also they do, and this is probably not going to be traditional for everybody to have engagement necklaces and earrings.
Full set.
They do a full set. And because I like the idea that when you get married, obviously, you can then wear the earrings, the sort of part of the wedding day outfit, and also if you're doing some work, or if you're going to sites, part of your job as doing your journalism and things, you don't necessarily want to wear a ring, or it just lets you mix up a bit, so you don't always have to wear a ring. You can wear something else.
Yeah.
You can wear, so you've always got a little bit of it.
So I got a matching set of earrings and a matching necklace.
And the necklace is beautiful because it's just the right size and it just sits right.
So I got a full engagement set, which I didn't realise was a thing, but I'm all for it because I get presents.
Yeah. So that was February. That was
you ordered it back in November.
Ordered in November. So it's been sitting on the painting or underneath the painting table where we've both sat and painted figures together, and you've worked next to me.
Yeah.
So you've basically been within a metre of it various times. So I'm quite impressed with myself that I didn't just go, it's there! Because I'm quite good at sort of...
You're good at keeping...
surprises. Because when it's a nice surprise, I think it's important.
Yeah. And then obviously Paris got cancelled.
Which
was very sad, and I was sad, but then I
because I planned it all out of like we were going to wake up, get on the metro, go to Seat, and then go to the thing, and then walk to the Eiffel Tower and have champagne on top of the Eiffel Tower, and just then go back to this steak restaurant, Robert et Louise. Beautiful steaks, have a couple of nice drinks, and have a really chilled day of it.
Yeah.
And then we got cancelled.
And so you had to think of a new plan.
Yes. So Whittington Castle, which is where we had our first date.
We had our very first date at a pub next to the castle. The White Lion, is it
White
called?
Lion.
And then afterwards,
really nice pub, actually.
It's actually very nice. And then afterwards we went for a walk around the castle and had a bit of a kiss.
Yes.
In the castle grounds.
Yes.
And we've been to the Whittington a few times since then, haven't we? For a couple of picnics.
Well, given it's almost in that weird way of it's a very halfway point.
Well, it's a halfway point. It's also very pretty.
Yes.
And so it's a nice place to go to just sit and eat chips or have a coffee or whatever.
Yeah, it's somewhere you can go and have a picnic, and it's and it's not just Oventry, so it's something different. And
it's a very nice place.
Yeah, it is actually.
So I mean, do you want to do the play-by-play or how?
Yeah, I mean, so to try I wanted it to be as close as possible to how it was going to be in Paris. So I bought frozen bake at home croissants, pain chocolat, cinnamon whirls. So we had that with coffee, or the Venetian special coffee. So I did cafetiere. I put in 5 scoops of coffee just to get that real sort of...
Get my energy going, apparently.
The continental hotel experience where the coffee's that thick and black and dark and wonderful. So we did that, and as we were driving up to Whittington, I was sort of describing the tube experience. Because I'd sort of, to step back a bit, I'd sort of said that, for the last, 2 weeks before, for your birthday, we'll have a bit of a day out.
We'll get to that bit in a minute. So just you carry on with what you're saying, and then we'll circle back.
We'll circle back to this. Yeah. Okay. So went to Whittington. Now the night before, I'd got everything in a small pack and put in the car.
Yeah.
Got a bouquet of roses.
You did.
Made it all nice. Rewrapped it so it was pretty with some heart things. Got a bottle of nice Paul Roger champagne from work,
nice
vintage.
Champagne.
Yeah,
very nice champagne.
Got out because we bought 2 plastic flutes glasses, so that I thought cool. Put those in, so we have a way of drinking it, and we just have a small glass just so we can toast it. So I built up the whole thing because I thought, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it properly because we would have had champagne at the Eiffel Tower, so we'll have to have champagne in Whittington Castle and the Tower. Cool, close enough. Got there. And I suspected at this point you would be very suspicious of what I was doing.
Again, we will circle back.
Back to this.
Because yes, I have some things to say.
Yeah, cool.
But carry on.
Cool. Got out the car. For some bizarre reason, as we were walking up to the tower, I'm there trying to actually do the straps up on the small pack. No idea why. Probably to whatever. Walked up to the thing, to the castle, into the keep. Mm-hmm. Got you to.
Yeah, you were like, oh, because there's the main part of the castle, what's left of it anyway, and then across from that there's like sort of a gazebo
overlooking the formal gardens
and like a bench, and we've sat on that bench quite a few times. That's where we've been for our picnic sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you were like, oh, do you remember when we sat up there? And I, like a fucking tit, was like, yeah, I do remember.
Yeah. So when Polly turned back round, I would be there on yeah.
So yeah, he was down on one knee, and I was like, okay, this is happening. Okay, but you couldn't get the box out, could you?
No, because you
couldn't get the ring out your back.
Because I'd done the one strap up, and of course, any other time I need to get into small pack, like when I've done reenactment and stuff, it's like easy, smooth, flows like anything.
No, not today.
Not today, because I put my hand to where the champagne was and was like fiddling them with glasses, being like, it's not the right one. I didn't want to take my eyes off Polly because otherwise it would then look not as smooth, which therefore made it look not smooth whatsoever. Finally got the box out. I'd opened the box.
Well, you got the box out, you opened the box, then I just started bawling.
And then, and from then on, it's a bit difficult to remember.
I have no idea what you said. I don't know.
And I don't really either, because I just said lots of lovely things.
Yeah, I remember them being very nice. You definitely started off with Polly Jean Harrison.
Yeah.
And then you said, like, I love you very much.
Yeah,
you're wonderful,
special.
you mean the world to me.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 stuff like that. But I can't remember. But I do remember you didn't actually ask me to marry you. You didn't actually say the words. You just said lots of nice things. And you said, will you do me the honour? I remember that. And then you stood up, and I'm like, no, you haven't actually asked me yet. Get back down.
I got overwhelmed by the moment.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it was...
So you stood up, and I was like, no, you haven't actually said the words yet. Get back down.
I was like, oh, I haven't. Okay, cool.
So you got back down and actually said, will you marry me?
Yes.
Of course I said yes.
Yes.
And we had a lot of kisses and
crying.
cuddles and lots of crying. I didn't think I'd be such a crier. Like, I knew I'd be...
A little bit.
Yeah, because I'm a crier in life. I cry at everything. Like, happy, sad, anything. I cry at everything. But I was sobbing.
Yeah, because I hadn't really practised, because I thought, well, it's better to do in the spur of the moment, because if you overthink what you're going to say, you probably tie yourself up in knots.
Well, yeah, you don't want to trip up over
No.
So... clearly it doesn't matter what you say, because I didn't hear it anyway.
Yeah, I was...
I was too busy going, oh my god, okay, oh my god.
Yeah.
So no, that was...
It was good.
Then, you showed me the ring, and I was like... I remember, that was quite fun. I remember when you opened the box first, I sort of almost, like, looked at it and went, okay, that's nice. And then, like, just forgot. Almost forgot about it. Because, like, I just, like, okay, no, that's
there
good,
was
that's
just
cool.
so much emotions.
And then, so you gave me the ring, which was nice. And then you're like, oh, I've got something else for you. And then so you whipped out this lovely box that your mother has made.
Yes.
Really nice.
Rather than having two other boxes for the other than earrings and necklace, actually have them together and fold up and we'll put a picture up.
The box is on the shelf now because it's absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
So we pulled out that box, opened that up, and there was the necklace and the earrings. So then I start crying again.
Yeah. So you had to take off the Totoro earrings I gave you for your birthday.
And then I also was wearing the necklace. The very first present you got me which was a necklace that you got me, which was fitting. So then I was trying to put these on. Hands were shaking.
And this is over a castle with lots of
like,
wooden
almost
beams.
like slats in the floor. So I was like, oh my god, this is when I drop an earring and then it's gone forever.
So we were very carefully putting everything on the side.
And then you whipped out the champagne and be like, would you like a drink? It was like,
That's nice.
Yeah, then we were engaged. You asked me to marry you, and that was really nice.
It was, and actually, do you know, it's one of those things that I think we've said the last few days. You obviously, when you're younger, you think a lot about actually getting married, house, kids, all the rest of it. The actual part of engagement always seems to possibly...
You never quite think about being engaged. You just think you go straight to marriage, sort of.
Yeah.
But no, we've only been engaged for like 24 hours, but I'm enjoying it so far.
Oh yeah, I'll put it out there. I'm actually, because we're going to go to Paris hopefully at the end of this year.
Yes, if everything works.
If everything works well,
okay. Yeah.
Touch wood. Well, and I'll try and do it as was originally planned.
Yeah. You're going to take the ring back on.
Yeah, just for completeness' sake. But I hadn't realised, and I'm sure this is the same for anybody who has been married, is married, will be married. It really takes out of you.
Well,
emotional.
It was almost like all the energy capital I had for the day was gone within the first like 10 minutes, because I was just a roller coaster of emotions. Because I was really happy, thrilled, but I was crying, and I just couldn't. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
And we had to like carry on with the rest of the day, being like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do now?
And then obviously your parents didn't work until 5:30.
Yeah. Well,
so we were then going, what do?
We sort of stopped and sort of, told my parents. We popped over to my grandparents as well, just to let them know. Sort of all.
Well, yeah, we spent. If people are wondering why this is like post-event, 48 hours post-event, we've basically been telling everybody.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's not the thing you do. Is that you get engaged and 10 minutes later, suddenly you're like, oh, by the way, guys, like.
You really would not want to find out through.
Well,
social media.
Even that. I just don't think it's appropriate for us. You've just proposed. I'm not going to put it on Instagram right away.
No.
At least going to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
But no.
So we told all the important people.
Yeah, we've been today as well, just to make sure everyone on your side knows. But no, I mean, just to circle back around. Did I suspect anything?
Oh, go
and the
on.
answer is absolutely.
Well, I actually think there's a bit of hindsight going on.
See, the problem, a little bit of hindsight, but also I was sat in the car driving to Wittington going, oh my God, please propose, please propose, please propose, please propose. If you don't propose, I don't know what I'm going to do. Please propose, please propose. Because, I had lots of suspicions.
I mean, we have talked about, because
obviously
people will know this, we've talked about being engaged.
Well, we've talked about getting married.
Because that's what you do in a relationship. You have conversations about these things.
We are. So, this is a serious relationship, and we've been together for nearly 2 years now, but have known each other and have been for nearly 3.
Yeah, and we've been living together now for, I reckon, at least 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, so I moved into Tom's house during the first lockdown, and ever since then I've been, here constantly.
Yeah.
Surprised you're not sick of me yet, but there we go. Clearly the ring on my finger says otherwise.
But it was like when we've been talking to other people about it, and, people have actually been living together through lockdown, and actually it feels like you've almost had 3 years of the relationship.
And like
so condensed.
So obviously we've talked about it before, and then I knew you were planning something because you sort of we were talking about proposals a few weeks ago, and you were like, oh well, yeah, I could tell you things, but I'm not going to. And I was like, okay, so that means he's planning something. He's at least thinking about it. And I was like, oh, that's nice. He's thinking about it.
I was letting you know something was happening.
Yeah, and then it was from that I just kind of more and more things just happened. That
I mean, at the same time that when we booked Paris, you kind of thought.
Oh, when we booked Paris, I was like, oh, you know what? Paris would be a great place to get proposed to.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if that'll happen. I don't know. And then sort of stopped thinking about it. It was more like an errand thought. But I was like, well, if I was Thomas, I'd propose in Paris, because I know you were always like, oh, I'd propose on a holiday, blah, blah, blah. Because we have this running joke that he was going to propose in Rome.
Yeah, we can finally go to Rome now.
We can finally go to Rome.
That's good.
So, yeah, and then it was because the other day I had to pop home to mine just to sort some stuff out, and then you're like, well, make sure that when you're about to leave, text me. I need to know when you're about to leave. I need to know when you're about... Like, you hammered it home.
Well, I just was like, because we've got decorations to put up and want to make sure the room's tidy.
Yeah, sort of thing. And you were just... But, like, the way you just kept bringing it up. And the things... I always let you know when I'm about to leave. So it was just the way you kept saying it. I was like, that's really suspicious. And then as well, the other day, he asked for my home phone number, which I'm like, well, I'm sure he's already got that. Why would he need my home phone number?
Spoilers, apparently we did, but I couldn't find it.
No, but it's just he asked for my home phone number, and the fact that he was so insistent on me telling him when I was leaving my house, I'm like, oh, that would be a really good time to ring my dad, because I know he wants to... ring dad, not ask permission per se, because that's not such a thing, but more just, you know,
It's
let Dad know, ask for his blessing almost.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I think...
I knew you really wanted to do that. I knew that was something that you wanted to do, like talk to my dad.
I know, it's almost that thing about the modern day and age. It changes from being... It's a permission thing. It's not necessarily permission. It's more... Just it's common courtesy. It's nice.
Yeah, it's
done
just nice,
thing.
and it was nice to just let the family know. I think, but then in the back of my mind, I was like, "Oh, that would be a really good time to do it because I'm on my way to yours. I'm not going to see my family then, so they can't give it away."
Yeah, because I didn't want.
Because I'm sure they wouldn't mean to, but I think it might accidentally slip out, or I'd come downstairs from the bathroom and they'd be like, "Ooh," and so like that. So
well, the plan was if we'd done Paris that whilst you were upstairs the night before we went, I would have had a chat to him somehow.
Yeah,
which would have been fine. Which would have been good.
So then in the back of my head I was like, okay, that would be a good time to call my dad because I'm not there and then I'm, on my way so I can't see him.
Yeah.
And then also I was like, because when you said...
I did think about all of this.
I know, yeah. Oh, no, you've
this
really
was
planned
well planned.
this. Yeah, it really was. And then it was when you said... Because obviously we'd booked the time off for Paris time off work, but we couldn't go anywhere. So we're like, oh, we'll have to do something, even if it's just go on a walk or something. Do something with our days off to make us feel like we've achieved something. Yeah. And you were like, oh, well, I thought we could go to Whittington Castle. And then in the back of my mind I was like, why would we go to Whittington Castle?
Of all the places.
Of all the places, because it's a bit of a trek from here. You're kind of not allowed to drive on your way. I know it's a bit of a, use common sense when it comes to lockdown at the moment for the walks. And it was like, it's a bit of a trek. And you can't really walk there. If you've got a dog, it's brilliant because it's basically just a field. But, there's nowhere to walk. You look at the castle ruins and go, there's a castle. And then you kind of, that's almost it. There's nowhere to walk unless you've got a dog or... It's a good place for a picnic. It's a good place for like a run around, but there's no actual...
You wouldn't, how can I put it? You wouldn't go.
It's not a walk.
You just wouldn't go.
Yeah.
Because the pubs are all shut. And there's no
not
other
even that.
shops
It's just,
there to see.
It's somewhere you go and sit and you watch the ducks on the lake.
Yeah.
Or you'd have a quick wander around.
It's not something for a cold March day.
No, it's not. And so that got me suspicious then because I was like, oh, that'd be a really good place to propose because that was where we had our first date. And,
It would make sense.
So a lot of these different things just sort of fell together. But the thing is, they were all very explainable because, like you said, you planned it very well.
Yes.
So it was actually all like, oh, this could mean he's going to propose, but actually this could just be me reading into it.
It could just be us going somewhere nice.
Yeah, exactly. We could just be going somewhere nice and you could just literally just want my phone number so you've got it and blah, 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 blah. Everything was explainable.
Yeah.
So in the back of my head, I was like, I really think he's going to propose on Monday, but I don't want to get my hopes up because what if he doesn't? And then I will be like really, not grumpy, but a bit disappointed if you hadn't, because obviously I'd like psyching myself up for it a bit and then I'd have been disappointed for the rest of the day and then you'd have been like, why are you being so grumpy? And I couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
You can't actually sit there and be like, oh well, you did propose to me this morning, you bitch.
Yeah.
So my suspicions were up, and then the final thing that cinched it, well, that was like, this is definitely happening. If this is not happening, like
something is wrong here.
Something is wrong here, was the fact that when we parked up at Whittington Castle, you went to the boot and got a bag out. And it's like, why would you get a bag out? There is no reason for you to carry a bag. And I was like, that was almost like okay, this is happening, and then 5 minutes later you proposed.
Yeah.
So...
Well, I thought about, was it worth having a walk around a bit and sort of walking around the Outer Bailey?
No, you just like took me straight into the...
Yeah. Because it was like, well, you might as well. There's no point...
there's no point waiting, just boom.
Just boom, get it...
Just do the thing.
Yeah, and it was a nice, even though it was a bit misty, it was a really nice...
Oh, it was a nice day. You know what?
Yeah.
I think it was perfect. I'm not sorry that you couldn't do it in Paris.
I'm not sorry about it. It's just something that...
I liked the way that
hindsight,
it happened. Yeah.
The way it strapped our energy, we'd have really just wanted to crash in either
we were really sort of like, not...
And still even today, I'm feeling a bit
the thing is, we had a bit to drink last night, and you woke up this morning slightly hanging a little bit with a bit of an upset tummy as well. If we were on holiday, that would be the worst thing, to wake up and almost lose one of your holiday days because you were both hanging and coming down from the amazing excitement of the day before.
It was just because... butterflies of yesterday were still there. We'd eaten 10-ounce steaks and creme brulee.
We'd had KFC for lunch as well, so we'd had a lot of rich food. And then we both sort of went a bit ham on the drinking in the evening.
We had a couple of cocktails.
Because why not?
Well, that's what you do.
Well, yeah, if there was ever time to celebrate, it's now.
Yeah, it wasn't like we were hungover. It was just the fact we.
I was fine. Like, it was you. You're the one. You were. I don't know what was wrong with you.
Oh,
You had an upset tummy, I think.
Yeah,
and that did you in.
Yeah, and because I've been been carrying all this because when you turned up on the Sunday night, you were like, "Oh, you're so happy to see me. Oh, you're so much energy." I was petrified because I'd just got off the phone with my dad.
Yeah.
For the last 2-3 days, I've not slept.
Yeah, I can't.
Because the night before even you arrived, I didn't sleep. I've spent the last 3 days sighing and just being. I've been a mess.
It's almost the thing. It's almost a good thing that we didn't go to Paris because we'd have had 3 days of holiday before you were planning on proposing, and I feel like you wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't. You wouldn't have enjoyed yourself. I don't.
I'd have been too much on edge.
Yeah.
Just in case you found the ring. Yeah. In
I am
hindsight,
glad that you didn't do it then.
I've been a mess. I've genuinely been a wreck. It's not been good.
Well, I mean, the big question is... Oh, I should say the second big question, because the first was, the actual proposal.
Yeah.
But the second big question is, now the ring's on my finger. Are you happy?
Very happy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
And to be fair, this is the other thing they don't tell you about engagements. Bought the ring without her knowing. And as much as I know that you like white gold and silver...
I had no clue,
Yeah, and actually, I feel like, because that's something people have said to me in the past... It's very difficult to buy a ring without the person being there. Because even when we've told some people, they've been like, "Oh, have you already got the ring?" And
I think some of my family were not surprised, but like, "Oh, you've got a ring. Let me look," rather than like, because I think it's a bit more common, at least nowadays, to like propose and then you like go and find a ring together, which is fine because then it means you get something that you like. But I feel like, for me anyway, I'm weirdly traditional in the fact that no, I want a ring.
Yeah.
Like, you propose with a ring or don't propose at all, because I want.
Well, you need it to be.
Or like at least a placeholder ring, like you can wear this for now, and then we'll go buy one together. Yeah. But I mean, for the record, I think you've done a wonderful job.
Yeah, actually, and everybody we've shown it to has been like, "Wow."
Everyone really likes it. Everyone's really impressed by the necklace and the earrings as well.
Yeah, as well. The set is good.
I feel like some women that we've spoken to, married women, as in our family, they've been a bit disappointed that they didn't get the set. So hey, clearly you're doing well on that front.
Well, yeah. But it was lovely to do the clog eye. It was lovely to do on St David's Day. Bit of Welsh, bit of Cymraeg in there. Oh, in fairness, it all went very well, which is good.
Yeah. I'm just very happy.
I now owe you a birthday tea.
Yeah, because my birthday tea got hijacked. It became an engagement tea. So once pub's open, we're going out, aren't we, Tom?
Yeah, we'll go.
You're taking me out.
We'll go to the Oak and we'll see Jess and Ollie and we'll have a good time of that.
So no, all is well.
And we've had some lovely comments from family. So thank you very much, everybody who's sort of going to probably listen to the podcast for more details.
We've already told the story to most people now, I think.
Yeah, I know, but even so, some lovely comments from friends as well.
Yeah. So no. All is well. We're engaged.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
I'm getting a ring.
Oh, yeah. Tom's getting a ring. Well, I don't know why, but I've had it in my head that if Tom proposed to me, I would also like to propose to him. So I don't know why that was important to me. Because you asked me to marry you, so I feel like I should ask you as well. Like, why should you miss out on a...
It was something interesting that I was reading in GQ magazine, the gentleman's magazine. It's becoming more and more fashionable.
Yeah.
And it's something that Becky said today, that actually because men are doing less sort of factory jobs or manual jobs.
Well, yeah, you've got a ring to wear.
Yeah, and because a lot of people are engaged for a longer period.
Yeah.
Because for some people it was almost like engaged and like 2-3 weeks later you're actually married.
So I've bought you a very nice ring.
Yeah.
Which is very you.
Yeah. So,
I won't say what it is.
No.
Because then
that could be future pod.
Yeah. So it's a very nice ring that you've seen but you really like.
Yeah. Well, I saw it somewhere else and you've basically taken that and actually gone for
found like
better.
A nice one. Yeah. Yeah. The one we saw originally was on eBay for like a tenner, and I'm like, I can't propose to you with a £10 eBay ring after you've bought me such a gorgeous set.
Yeah.
So I found a nicer one.
Yeah, and it's
proper silver.
And
so I'm gonna, at some point, I don't know when, I haven't decided yet. Yeah. I'm gonna propose to you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's important.
Yes, and actually, as daft as it sounds, I like the idea that it's, because obviously there's a lot of same-sex couples nowadays, or people who are doing civil partnerships. And
well, I think it's more common for women to propose now as well, because I know it's traditional. You propose on leap years,
which was never going to happen.
No, I was never going to propose to you on my birthday, because I'm born on the 29th of February. If you didn't know, so I know, but I think it's becoming a lot more. People aren't necessarily traditional anymore, are they? No one cares. Weddings and marriages are what you make of it. And
yes, which is nice. There's still, it's a bit like...
You can pick and choose what tradition you want.
There's one foot, I think, firmly still in tradition, which is good.
Yeah.
But I think the other foot is also innovation. You know, things that are different, and it's nice to have a bit of a twist.
Well, I think you always.
It's not something I'm going to be wearing at work.
No, I'm not expecting you to wear it like all the time, but I'd like you to wear it.
If we were going on nights out
Well,
or
I'd like
other
you to wear
people's
it
weddings,
sometimes.
yeah,
you know,
it's
like just to have, and then every now and again pop it out because I'd like to see you wear it. But no, I think that's pretty much the whole story.
Yeah, I mean, thanks in advance for everybody's nice comments.
I'm sure. I hope people comment nicely, not just, "Oh, you're the worst couple we've ever seen. Oh, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. What are you doing?" But no, we hope you say nice things.
Yes.
But no, thank you. Yeah, thank you for proposing.
Not a problem. And 10 out of 10, we're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to propose in Paris.
Yes.
So no. But yeah, that's pretty much all we had to say. Bit of a special pod today because we had some big news.
I mean, hashtag clickbait.
A bit clickbaity, yeah.
We should have announced this. We should have said this at the end. Just like did.
Oh, you don't want done on a regular pod and been like, oh, by the way, we're engaged.
Yeah. Clickbait.
Good night.
Yeah, clickbait.
But no, I think we'll leave that there then.
Yeah.
Well, from us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for listening.
It's been a wonderful few days.
Yes.
And many, 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 many brilliant more days to come.
I really hope so.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah. House viewing on Saturday.
No. Well, goodbye from me and my fiance.
See ya.
Bye.